What's going on, guys? I'm Jeff, the Yoshi Fanatic, and welcome to a very different setup and a very special live stream. Welcome to Jeff Mods a Game Boy. Yeah, so I've been wanting to do this stream for quite a while, and this is the perfect time to do it. I definitely wanted to get this whole modding process over and done with before Christmas. And this is the second to last live stream to make that happen. So, here we are. We're ready to mod a Game Boy Color. Like I said, I've been excited for this one. And I'm also quite nervous. So, we'll see how it goes. Oh, geez. Am I laggy? I think I'm laggy. No, well, that's alright. How's everybody doing? Welcome to Robert, Heloy, Cone, Aurora, Jacob, Blues Cat, and LP. Welcome to the stream, guys. I hope your week has been grand. Jeff, how did your thumbnail show the future? So, a little behind the scenes action. I did decide to take this shell and just go ahead and put the buttons in, the membrane, the plastic lens, and just take a snapshot of it. It's not really the future, obviously. Guys, is my video laggy? Hi, Solar Flare, welcome to the stream! I'm sorry if my video is laggy, guys. It wasn't in the testing, but I guess whatever. Alright. It is very stuttery. Oh, jeez. Alright, you know what? We're gonna go ahead and, I'm gonna go ahead and switch over to the top camera. Oop. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and use this as my main camera for now. This wasn't so stuttery. Okay. This wasn't so stuttery in the testing, so I'm gonna go back to, using the Wi-Fi connection for Droid Cam. I am recording this with my two phones, so, yeah, it's a little, I wouldn't say awkward, but, it's a little finicky, I'll say that. Sorry if there's any technical difficulties in this stream. I guarantee there will be. Let's try this. Alright, hang on. The moment of truth. Let's see if the Wi-Fi will work. Probably not great because I'm streaming over Wi-Fi. That might even be worse. And it's upside down. Alright. Alright, well, I guess that's just gonna have to be what it is. I don't know what's going on with that. Sorry. Maybe I deactivate it. And reactivate it. The droid cam doesn't look stuttery. Feels like it... So this isn't stuttery, the top cam. But it looks like the other camera is very stuttery. I don't know what's going on. Sorry, guys. Podcast was released to Solar Flare. Yes, I did see that. Oh, you know what? I think it's actually my OBS client that's stuttering. Two phones through a laptop is ouchy. Yeah, it seems that way. It's not very happy with me. Well, at least one of the cameras is working well. So, I guess that's not the main camera anyway. This is the main camera. This is where all the action's gonna happen. So, jeez, man. You know what? One more week, Jeff, says Heloy. Till Christmas? Very close to it, yeah. Jeepers. Why is this so stuttery? Welcome to technical difficulties, the stream. See if there's anything I can quit out of to make this maybe run a little bit better. I think my whole laptop is just freaking out right now. Where's my lo-fi music? I don't know, guys. This is gonna... Oh, my CPU. Oh my gosh. Wait, is it trying to record something I don't want it to? Maybe. My CPU is like maxed out right now. That would do it. Alright, you know what? I might have to restart the stream. Oh, you know what it is? It's the encoders. Oh my gosh. I didn't realize that. Jeff, I has a candy cane, says Heloy. Very nice, very nice. Output. That's why. Okay, I might have to restart the stream. Okay. I'm gonna have to restart the stream. Hang on. Alright, maybe everything will be a little happier now. How's that? Okay, can you guys see me? Say Gameboy Color if you can see me. Looks fixed? Okay. Gameboy Color, alright. You guys can see me? Great. Fantastic. I'm really sorry about that. I forgot that I copied over my, settings from my desktop PC, which is much more powerful than my laptop here. And, yeah, the video encoding settings were such that my CPU was screaming at me. It's still screaming at me, but not quite as much. So, we're going to... Do I have any other filters that... Oh, source record. By the way, today I got into Christmas vacations! This is brain pick. That's awesome. I wish I was on Christmas break. That would be sick. You look nice, no homo. Sweet. As long as it's not 100%, then you're okay. Oh, it's 100%, alright. Let's see, is there anything that I can turn off that I don't need? I don't think so. Jeff, I made some silly comments. Drop everything you do to read. Oh, jeez, man. Going to Cincinnati tomorrow. How was your week, Jeff? It was crazy, but that's not out of the ordinary. I lost a single subscriber earlier. I have suspicion on someone who did it, says Solar Flare. Today we had a fun day at school. We just made models all day. Lo-fi music sounds liberal, not watching. I think you'll change your mind when you, when you see what the music is. My candy cane broke! That stinks. I'm sorry. Alright, so, anyway, why don't we go ahead and get started now that we finally got all of the craziness out of the way. Yeah, so, I am taking this Game Boy right here, and I'm gonna do a few things to it. We're gonna mod it today. Oh. We're stuttering a little bit. Anyway, we're going to mod it today. We're going to put in a backlit LCD display and hopefully a rechargeable lithium ion battery and replace the speaker. And probably the more significant thing, we're going to put it in this nice custom shell. Of course, you already saw that part in the thumbnail. It's just a white Game Boy front with a green Game Boy back. It's going to have orange buttons, green membrane here for the start and select button, and I had my sister paint a Yoshi egg on it. I'm not sure what magic she did to it, other than like put a gloss finish on the whole front and all that. I think it came out pretty nice. What do you guys think? So that's what we're gonna do today. I just found a vid of Jeff singing about dough and it's amazing, says Brainpick. Oh jeez, you saw that one. My sister-in-law uploaded that one. It looks awesome, says LP. It does. And here's hoping that I don't screw up the installation, which is a very real concern. I've never done this before. I've done some basic modding, mostly revolving around my Nintendo 64 controllers. I replaced the joystick in that. My Switch Joy-Cons, I replaced the joysticks in 2 of those, replaced the shoulder buttons in those, but I've never done anything like this. So, without further ado, why don't we get started? I hear Yoshi tongue. Yeah, that would be my cell phone. My notifications are going off. Jeff, are you in a gang? No? No, I am not. Alright, well, first of all, why don't I just go ahead and show you just a before and after, just for the sake of completion here. I have right here a stock Game Boy Color. Nothing really wrong with it, I mean, aside from the fact that the battery cover is missing, but it works just fine. Let's see, what's the best way you guys can see this screen? And that's the main problem we're looking to address today, is the screen. As you can tell, it's not backlit in the slightest. It is, it's not lit at all, actually. Such is the technology of the time. That's the main thing we're looking to fix today. So, parts list time. Obviously, I've got my new shell. Got the green membranes for the start, select, and all that. I've got the orange buttons. Those will go in as well. Let's see, I think most of my stuff is in here, this box, but I know I have a part that's in a different box, so I'll have to go get that in a minute. We've got some screwdrivers that came with the, we've got some basic stuff that came with the shell. These screwdrivers for taking the thing apart, I will not be using these. I have an iFixit kit, some stock membranes, and a sticker. We will be using the sticker. Actually, backlit screens were common, but it would have required a third battery, says Aurora. Valid point. I guess I did misspeak. Oh, here's the buttons that came with this guy too. And the screws. May as well use those screws. But we're not using those buttons. Anyway, backlit screens were a thing, just not on the Game Boy Color. Like the Sega Nomad, I believe. Jeff, your liberal music, play it. Alright, fine. Let's hop into the lo-fi. Here it is. There's 1 or 2 songs in here that I'll have to skip over because they're a little bit annoying. But, for the most part, this is a very, very pleasant lo-fi soundtrack. Here, we're going to start from the beginning. Okay, there we go. The Game Gear, the Nomad, the Turbo Express, and Atari Lynx. Yes, all of those did have backlit screens. There you go, Yoshi Lo-Fi. Lo-Fi suits you, Jeff. Thank you. Here is the rechargeable battery from Funny Playing. I'm very excited about this, but I'm not sure whether or not we'll install it yet. It actually charges through this nice nifty USB cable that has the barrel jack. So, more on that later perhaps. And then here's the speaker. The amps are sold out, so Don't let the battery explode. I will endeavor not to. And I need a star of the show. I do have another backlit LCD screen in here for a future mod. That's the Funny Playing Q5 RetroPixel 2.0, whatever the heck. Here it is. So, this other one's for the Game Boy Advance. So we'll save that one for later. Not this stream. Maybe some other stream. You're not the star of the show? I don't know, am I? Alright, so why don't we go ahead and get started here? So, obviously I need to take these batteries out first. I'm gonna leave these up here. And I'm gonna take out the game as well. Game & Watch Gallery 2! I don't know why I like this game so much. I just do. Okay. Let's start disassembling. Did your sister paint that shell? Yes, my sister did paint the shell. It's got a Yoshi egg on it, and it's got a glossy finish on the front, matte finish on the back. I wasn't like super fond of the idea of having gloss finish on here, but since she had to put a sealant over this guy to get it so that the paint won't rub off or any of that, she did have to put a gloss finish over the top of it, and as a result, she just decided to gloss the whole front. So, not the end of the world. It's actually kind of a nice touch. Like, the front's glossy, the back's matte. It's almost like one of the new PS5s. Very epic, says Keith. Indeed, I'm so excited. Welcome to the stream, Keith. Hey, Jeff, I'm back. I just made some garlic fried rice. That sounds awesome, Jacob. I'm like stalling, guys. I'm nervous about this one. I need that thing, says Keith. Well, let's wait and see if it actually works first, right? So, my workspace is not very organized here. At least it's not glossy black. True, Aurora, true. Glossy black would be a fingerprint magnet. Wouldn't be too hot on that idea. Not in the slightest. Okay. No stabby on the battery, says LP. Yeah, for sure. That's one of the things that I'm a little nervous about. In order to make the battery fit in the battery compartment, I need to trim this piece out. This piece dividing the two AA's. You can still put AA's in there without that battery divider. It's just, well, I don't know. Keeps them separated. Peace of mind, I guess. So I will be using this, but let's wait on that until I actually decide whether or not I'm going to put a rechargeable battery in here, because that's a whole other mod. There's some soldering involved, and I'm a little nervous. Again, this is like the biggest mod I've done, so yeah. But I've also been reassured that Game Boy Colors are actually a pretty good starting point for mods, because they're pretty straightforward. You only need to solder a couple points. I need to turn this up. Or at least on my end, I want to hear it too. Jeff, I swear to Cherry Coke, if you don't tell your name is Jeff, you'll never catch me, Heloy. You'll never catch me telling you that my name is Jeff. It's not happening. Jeff, if don't hear from be after 4 o'clock in the afternoon tomorrow, check the Minnesota Vikings game score. If they lost, I may have died. I'm going to the game. And if they lose, this is goodbye. Solar flare? No. I don't like that idea. How are we going to do our third podcast if you're not alive? Is the solder just to connect the battery? No, actually it's not. I'll explain as we get further into the teardown process here. So, did I miss any? I don't think so. Nope. It's just a little stuck, that's all. Okay. So So there's the inside of our Game Boy Color. I guess that's a little loud, isn't it? Let me know if the music's too loud for you guys. By the way, Jeff, do you know what to do if a 3DS just stops wanting to connect to the access point of a router when it's already connected to it? Like, not wanting to fully connect to the Wi-Fi. I don't know. You gotta do some basic troubleshooting first. Like, I guess the main troubleshooting points would be, have you tried other Wi-Fi points? If you have other 3DSs available, have you tried those? Those sorts of things. There's some troubleshooting you gotta do first, but if you're absolutely sure that it's the 3DS, one thing you could do is check to see if the system itself needs an update. The other thing that I would guess is that there's something wrong with the Wi-Fi chip, and that either needs to be reseated or replaced. Yeah, it's really tough to tell or to know exactly what's going wrong, without like taking it apart and taking a look at it, or like doing the troubleshooting myself. Couldn't really tell you. But I hope that at least gets you on a good path to figure it out. Oh yeah, you're calling me Hillary after you wrecked me on the 824. This kind of reminds me of the calculator modding I did a while ago, except I dropped all the keys on the floor, and that was a pain. At least you won't have that problem. Yeah, LP, the only problems I have, or the only potential problems I have with dropping keys on the floor are just a couple of buttons. Oh geez, I just realized I don't have my tweezers out. I'm gonna need those. Maybe not need. Need is a bit of a strong word. But it'll definitely help. So, kinda just gonna... I'm doing a terrible job explaining exactly what I'm doing. I apologize. But, if anyone's curious as to what process I'm doing and I'm not explaining thoroughly enough, I guess just let me know. You look much more organized than I was, though. Lol, says LP. I'm trying. Oh my. So what I'm doing right now is getting the motherboard out of the Game Boy shell here. There we go. So what I just did is I took all the the screws out of the motherboard and the back shell, and I just detached the ribbon cable for the current screen. And this right here is the Game Boy Color. The only part that actually matters. So there you go. That, my friends, is our Game Boy Color. Having the right tools helps, says Aurora. Oh, absolutely. Hey, Jeff, for the late night voice chat tomorrow, should I do a cooking tutorial on the garlic fried rice I made? Asks Jacob. I wouldn't mind. Fried rice is something that I've made a few times, but, you know, I could definitely use some new skills, some new improvements, for sure. Read your comments, please, says Robert. I'm sorry. I don't know if I told you, Jeff, but the only time I opened a piece of tech is when I had to replace the battery in my Switch, says Robert. You know, the only time I tried to open my Switch to do a shell swap, I actually stripped one of the screws, one of the tri-wing screws, and now it would be a very difficult task to remove the back of my Switch. So hopefully I never have to do something like that. Otherwise, I might have to break out the drill. I will give anyone a Switch, Game Boy, Wii U, Wii, and PS5 if anyone can give me one reason on why Jeff is a bad YouTuber, says Heloy. I can give you a reason why I'm a bad YouTuber. I don't upload very often. I might upload less frequently than JonTron at this point. Okay, so a good thing to do at this stage of the game is clean your system. And this is a very, very large container of isopropyl alcohol. IPA is what you might hear some people calling it. It is 99%. That is important for a reason that I will disclose to you. I'm not going to put too much on here, but little dabble do you. We're going to try and go ahead and clean off our Game Boy here. Just with a toothbrush, just kind of scrub. It looks all right anyway, but it doesn't hurt to try and clean it off a little bit. And the reason that the 99% IPA is important is because isopropyl alcohol is, at least in part, water. The higher the percentage of alcohol content in the IPA, the lower percent of water. And what that means is it'll evaporate faster because alcohol evaporates faster than water does. And if you know anything about tech, you probably already know this, even if you don't know much about tech. But let's just say that water and tech don't exactly mix. It can cause short circuits, which will damage your components and that sort of thing. So, for obvious reasons, it is beneficial to make sure that make sure that you use the right kind of IPA, or at least give it enough time to dry, which we certainly will. I don't know if I'm damaging the speaker or not, but you know, may as well give it a nice little solid clean. Same sort of thing with the battery wheel. Maybe. A battery wheel? I said battery wheel, didn't I? I meant speaker wheel. Kind of like get in there a little bit. Not really too much we can do here. Aside from just like rotate it and kind of scrub in there. This is good to do if your volume is low on your Game Boy. Like, I'm gonna be replacing the speaker anyway, but it's not a bad idea to just do an overall clean. The only thing I'm not going to clean right now is the power switch, because last time I took apart a power switch on a Game Boy Color, I lost the connector piece that actually lets the Game Boy turn on. So, I'm not gonna do that right now. This Game Boy turns on fine, we're leaving it at that. Nerd. I'm gonna peak in high school and you're a nerd. It's a solar flare. You're not wrong. It's green and white already, says LP. Add shrimp pasta. Add shrimp paste into fried rice. Interesting. What does that do? I'm gonna buy a new mouse and have its LED change to blue, says Bluescat. Very nice. The last time I bought a new mouse was like 3 or 4 years ago, Black Friday. It was a while. Use at least 90%. Don't be like my friend that doesn't listen to me and buys 70% rubbing alcohol, says Aurora. I was like that for a while. I used 70% IPA to clean out my Switch joysticks, my Switch Pro controller joysticks. And took a long time for those to dry. I did let them dry completely, so I didn't damage the controller, but it took a long time to dry. Jeff, can we have a Ruffles packed flamin' hot cheddar and sour cream LeBron James edition modding stream, please? This is Keith. I don't know how in the world I would get around doing that. Jeff, did you read my migraine comments? I did not. I didn't see it. I'm sorry. Your migraine comments? I overdosed on lychee flavored caffeine powder and had my first migraine ever earlier, says Solar Flare. That sucks. Alright, from this point forward, guys, this is where the modding really begins. Oh yeah, we can go ahead and just get rid of this. Like, we don't need this anymore. We're not reusing like any of this. I'm not reusing these membranes, though you certainly could. I'm not reusing the buttons. I'm not reusing the screen for anything. I'm not gonna like throw it in the garbage, but for now, we're just gonna set it off to the side and not use it. Into the garbage it goes. Okay. Oh, someone here was friends with Dibble, right? In the, someone was friends with Dibble in the Discord. Brainpick, was that you? I forgot to message him that I was doing this. He wanted me to message him when I Oh, it's Broshi. Oh, I thought it was Brainpick. All right, hang on. I will message. I will go ahead and message Mr. Dibble on Discord. Where's my buddy? He's not really my buddy, but he's a pleasant fella. Tuned into a couple of his streams. Seems like a good guy. Nope. Okay. Should be good now. Sorry about that. It's always a good idea to keep spare membranes. It sucks when you need one and you don't have one, then they can wear out. I'm looking at you, a SNES controller. Not even just wear out. Sometimes new ones can have defects, says Aurora. Yeah, that's definitely a good reason not to throw these membranes away. I have a bunch now because I had to order 2 different shells in order to... Yeah, I had to order 2 different shells to get the color combo I wanted. So I have a bunch of, like... They're, like, OEM style. I know they're not actually OEM, but they're, like, OEM style membranes. So I've got those. I've got these green ones that I bought specifically for this mod, but, like you said... Helps to have the originals just in case. Those ones do seem pretty worn out, though. Emotional damage, says he. Have I seen the pod yet? Asks Solar Flare. I've seen a good third of it. I haven't gotten to watch the whole thing because, well, I've been busy. Brainpick says, nah, sorry, I don't know who's Dibble. I'm talking for him because I accidentally timed him out, but he doesn't press charges. Okay, good. Sorry, Brainpick. I hope you're still able to watch the stream. All right, real quick thing, guys. From this point onward, like I was originally saying, this is where the process really begins with this guy. So I'm gonna go ahead and follow. Shout out to Macho Nacho Productions. I'm gonna go ahead and follow his tutorial for this IPS mod. I don't know if you'll hear this, but we'll see. The YouTube RSS thing is a scam. It only uploads the audio, so Solar Flare. RSS is more geared towards podcasts, and podcasts are typically more geared towards... I'm gonna spray this a little bit more. Those are typically more geared towards audio, so... What kind of name is Macho Nacho, says Heloy? I don't know. And funny thing about Macho Nacho, I thought his name was like Mod-Cho Nacho, like a play on the word mod and macho, but it's not. It's just Macho. I thought that was a missed opportunity, but still, he puts out good videos on all these mods. So, yeah, go check him out if you're interested in doing any of this yourself. So at this point, I've already taken apart the Game Boy Color. He took out the IPS thing. What's up, Brainpick? Okay, so the first step is to apply the this isolating film to the back of the IPS display. This should help things keep from shorting. Oh, nice. We got our wires. Jeff, you gotta make it so you can play GTA 6 on it, says Heloy. I don't think that's happening. Not unless I can fit like a real small Raspberry Pi in here or something. Okay, so this is just the isolating film. I don't know what it's actually called, I'm sorry. This is probably gonna be a pretty rough stream, guys. I figured it would be a good stream for us to like just chat while I do all this, but I have a feeling this is going to take a lot of my attention. Alright, to introduce you guys to the parts here. That was just an idea, says he. I do have another Game Boy Color that I could mod, so, you know, there's an idea. So here is the Funny Playing IPS panel. It's pre-laminated, so this part right here is the screen. This is just the lens. And in case you're wondering, it does have a protector on it right now. So we'll peel off that peel later, just not right now. I actually do have a Raspberry Pi in a Game Boy case. It cannot play GTA 6. This is Aurora. 6? Yeah, 6. Yeah, I mean Raspberry Pi, what was I thinking? I'm always a bit stressed looking at people handling bare screens. I accidentally broke countless screens, lol. Oh, it's not bare, okay. Yeah, no, it's not bare. It's a pre-laminated screen, so the lens is already on it. It just seems like the way to go for these, it just seems like it's the way to go for these mods. Just a lot easier. I did not get the, like, I got the non-pre-laminated, version of the Game Boy Advance screen. So, oh my. This ribbon cable is stuck on here with some tape. And I'm being very ginger with it because I know how delicate ribbon cables are. And just put that over there. Why is... Oh, I see. They already attached it. Oh. I see. Jeff will be okay as long as he never opens up a PSP 3000. That sounds like torture. Don't make me do that. So I guess the thing to do here would probably just be to... Let's see, this connector's already in here. I don't know if you can see that from there, so here you go. This connector here is already plugged in, and I kind of don't want to unplug that, so we're not going to. So all I gotta do is put that on top of the... Oh no! Not like that. Oh my. I want to be a little ginger with this thing. Oh, I don't know about this. I guess if worst comes to worst, I can trim it, right? No. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it needs to cover the whole bottom too, so... Oh no. Oh no. Whatever, I guess it will be what it will be. What? We're off to a great start, guys. Alright, well, that's not exactly on there as much as I was hoping, but we will proceed. At this point... By the way, this is a shell that, I bought on eBay that they trimmed. They trimmed the shell so that I can just put this guy in here. No problem. Jeff, do you like GTA or is it too violent and yucky? Unholy, sorry. No, it's just not my cup of tea. I'm just not, like, interested in it whatsoever. There's not really anything about it that, like, screams to me like, ooh, I want to play that, you know? Just not my thing. Where's the, how do I take this off of here? Just get an X-Acto knife, says Aurora. I do have one. Okay, just gotta get this 3M tape off of here. So there's some 3M tape here that I need to take off, and There we go. This is, well, I guess it's more of a cover than anything. I just need to take this off and stick it to my shell. So, just like that. Oh, this is the song I was thinking about. It's a little bit annoying. I guess I technically need to stick this side in first. This song is happy. Alright, you know what? I will let it play then. We're gonna let that one slide. Oh. I'm accidentally getting this stuck already. Well, that's a bit unfortunate. Alright. That's a little bit loud. Sorry. I guess let me know if you want me to turn that down. You can cover the bottom with electrical tape if you really have to, says Aurora. Good, I might have to. I hate to do this. I hate to do this, but let's see if these flush cutters will do the trick. If it's not obvious, guys, I have a little bit of the sticky isolating film stuck up at the top of the screen. And that is interfering with me putting it in this case. Or in this case, in this, shell. That should do it. I probably will go ahead and put on some Kapton tape. Okay. Alright, well, that's in there. Did he delay it or something? Who? Oh, sorry. I'm so angry, Jeff. Kanye was gonna drop today. It's a solar flare. I am sorry. I am sorry to hear that unfortunate state of the not yet released music. I'm not gonna unpeel this all the way. I just wanted to check to make sure that I still could. Okay, so before I forget, why don't I go ahead and get some Kapton tape and some scissors. He's so cryptic. Yeah, I'm really sorry, guys. This is already starting to be one of those streams where I'm like, why am I doing this to myself? So before I forget, I'm gonna go ahead and put some Kapton tape on the bottom of this guy, just because I'm very worried about this guy shorting. What short means, guys, in the case of electronics, a short happens when you've got two pieces of conductive material that aren't supposed to be touching, and yet they do, which offers a path of zero resistance, and zero resistance equals very, very high current for even low voltage. So that destroys components. It does. Or at the very least makes things not work. If you're lucky, like, it'll be one of those not too terrible shorts that you can, like, get back into the device and fix, and then, like, proceed as normal, but, you know, sometimes not. You know, maybe I should have detached this guy. Because now I have to do some Yeah. Oh, I don't know about this. Oh, I don't know about this. Okay, so the thing I'm worried about right now, guys, is I have to solder these. You know, and I don't want to do that like right on top of the screen. I could damage something, and I don't want to do that. Say a slur, Jeff. Now! 9, I will not. Maybe I can just take this out. Oh yeah, that came out. No problem. No problem. Here I am trying to work around this guy and, like, work around it. I should have it work for me, gosh dang it. Okay, so I've got the screen in the case, that's the easy part. Now we do the soldering. So. Good ending, says Keith. Shorts can be very, very bad. If you're unlucky, your house burns down. Alright, well, here comes the soldering bit, guys. I need to go ahead and pre-tin the start, select, and power. So we're gonna do that. Good ending, he didn't say a slur. No, I don't say slurs. Slurs are unsavory and uncool, I don't like that. I remember that TikTok hack that made a phone charger that literally just connected the hot wire to the neutral in an outlet. Oh, jeez. I don't like that. We had a Nintendo night at my local community center, says Bluescat. Sounds like so much fun. Alright. I am not exactly sure what... Oh, I need to wet the sponge. I completely forgot about that part. I need to go wet the sponge. I'll be back. Jeff, I slur in orchestra all the time. S-R-U-L, a slur is a symbol in Western musical notation, indicating that the notes it embraces are to be played without separation. Ah! You are not using the slang for slur. Free energy, stuff that can pop your breaker. That sounds about right. Okay, no, I'm back, don't worry. So, I'm not exactly sure what temperature I'm supposed to use. Oh man, I'm even using the wrong tip. Alright, now I gotta wait. I guess that'll give me some time to get my ducks in a row. So guys, are you enjoying this so far, or is this one of those streams that is like, oh, well, if it wasn't Jeff, I wouldn't be watching this. Okay, well, I've got the LCD assembly all like that. I'm having a lot of fun, says Solar Flare. It's amazing. I'm back, Jeff, says Robert. Awesome, welcome back. If it wasn't Jeff, I wouldn't be watching this, says Aurora. Okay, we very firmly have people in both camps. Okay, that's fine. I understand. Okay, so this is the soldering tip that I normally use, and I will go ahead and use that. Right now I have this this chisel type. Come on. Oh, it's almost focusing, it's almost focusing. There it is. I have this chisel type that will come in handy later, but this is the one I want to use right now. It's a little bit more, oh no. It's a little bit more pointy. Wow, it is having a really hard time focusing. Come on now. Oh no. It's a little bit more pointy, which makes it a little bit more precise, but a little bit more difficult to work with because, you know, less surface area means less heat. So, yeah, the problem with that is it makes soldering a little bit more difficult, but it's also more precise. So it's kind of like a healthy balance. It's something I could watch elsewhere. Jeff makes it just better though, and I like it, says LP. Well, to be frank, LP, to be frank, this is a stream that Jeff is not super well qualified for. Yeah, that's still quite hot. Put away that soldering iron and get out the welder. I'm not super qualified for this kind of stream, but I'm going to anyway because it's fun, and I wanted to do this fun little project. I'm waiting for this to cool off, just in case you weren't aware. It's still quite hot. Jeff, what is the difference of Jeff the Yoshi Fanatic and the human named Jeff? Says Heloy. There isn't really much of one. Like, you hear about people not being their authentic selves on YouTube all the time, and I feel like I'm actually pretty authentic on here. I guess, like, a couple small differences are like, well, I unfortunately do swear in real life, and I should not. It's a bad habit. If you haven't yet gotten into swearing, don't. It's a bad habit, and it's a hard habit to break, so there you go. But that's pretty much the only difference. I'm pretty much myself on camera. What's the worst part what's the worst that can happen? You ruin the parts, says Aurora. Yeah, pretty much. Like, the worst thing that could happen is I break this ribbon cable, this LCD panel is borked, and I break this Game Boy or something. I don't know. Just kind of just break things. I feel like in voice chat I talk to Jeff, the Yoshi Fanatic. Talk to Jeff, not the Yoshi Fanatic. And like I said, I'm pretty much the same guy. Like, on camera or off. For the most part. Are we at the point where I can take this out yet? Oh boy. The first time I heard you swear was when we were watching the Sprats guy. Oh yeah. I called him a dipstick, but I used a different word. So, right now I'm just waiting for the soldering iron to cool down so that I can handle it, so that I can swap out the head. I don't know, maybe I should just... Should I just proceed? Like, I can still use that tip, and I'm gonna need that tip later. Why don't I just go ahead? Let's do this. Okay. Oh, flux. So, if anybody's familiar with soldering, one of the more important tools that you can use is flux. There's a couple different types of flux, but essentially what flux does is it helps bond the hot solder to the part you're trying to solder. It kind of just... I don't know what sort of magic it pulls, but it just kind of makes it so that... It kind of just makes it so that it all, sticks together. There's not really anything more to that. There is one thing, some people are like, you're using flux, you're cheating. Let me just be the first to say that this sort of, like, you're using a tool, and there's no shame in using said tool for the job. This is not a particularly difficult application of soldering here, but I'm gonna use some solder or some flux anyway, just because it will make it even easier. The only downside to flux is you have to clean it up afterwards. I'm familiar with soldering, says Solar Flare. Very nice. Soldering is kind of hard, to be honest. Cheating? Like, it's not hard enough, says LP. Yeah, right? Okay, so. Fine little solder balls, that is. Maybe not quite enough. Let's try and push a little bit more solder in there. There we go. This might actually have a tough time, this might have a hard time focusing on this. But what you're looking for... What you're looking for is nice little rounded balls like that. Like no big spikes or anything in them. So, that's pretty much what you're looking for there. I hate that word though, spelt soldering. Why? You know, I worked at a an internship a while ago that, like, there was this British guy that was working there. He was one of the technical guys. And he was like, I never understood why you Americans pronounced it soldering, as if there's no L there. It's pronounced soldering. And I'm like, okay, sure. I mean, it makes sense. You're probably right. Don't breathe the smoke, says Aurora. I'm actively attempting not to. It's a little difficult, though. Alright, why don't we go ahead and solder this guy, too. Get it out of the way. We're gonna try to go without... Why would I go without? Let's just put the flux on there. It's like... Why wouldn't you just put on the flux? Just put on the flux. It makes things easier. Why wouldn't you just do it? I have it. A flux capacitor could be useful if a connection is messed up. Lol, says LP. Back to the future. Okay. That's the majority of the soldering done. Breathe it, Jeff. Only liberals avoid smoke. Just put on your scuba gear. Okay, so that is the majority of the soldering done for at least, well, not the majority, but a good chunk of it. There's not much more after this. So when he solders these wires, he's going this way with them. So we will also go that way with them. So, Solar Flare, the reason that you don't want to breathe this stuff in is soldering causes toxic fumes. It's not just your normal, like, wood fire smoke. It very much is something different. So, we're gonna go ahead and take these wires here and connect them to our solder points. It will probably be a good idea to, well... Actually, I think I'll probably have a bit of an easier time if I don't use the tweezers here. Probably. Are clocks time machines? Says Aurora, now that you mention it. Technically, I think probably. Sorry if you're seeing my hair at all. Okay, that's one wire. If you can't tell, guys, I am extremely nervous. Again, like Aurora said earlier, the worst that happens is I waste a couple $100 on, like... Well, I guess not a couple hundred. It was like 130... It was like 130 bucks for all the parts, but you know, then there's the Game Boy, and I also had to buy the soldering iron, which you shouldn't really count that towards the costs or anything like that. Because now I have the soldering iron and can use it for whatever, whenever. Are these wires for backlighting or something like that? Says LP. Yes. Okay, I forgot I was gonna explain that. These wires go to the start and select pins. Really, you don't need these wires to be soldered, but these go to the start and select pins. And what that does is, it allows us to select the brightness of the screen. Otherwise, it's just stuck at a basic, like, halfway mark, and you can't adjust the brightness or a few other things. So, I don't want that. I do want that adjustability. so where does this go again? That connects right there. So the power wire needs to come out this way because... Or does it? Yes. Okay, so... It basically allows you to select your brightness and stuff like that, and your, more stuff that I'll hopefully explain later. My clock advances time by 1 second per second, says Aurora. That's amazing. Are these wires for... Oh, I'm sorry, I read that. Can you make a time machine out of a Game Boy, says Blues Cat. I'm having a hard enough time putting a backlit light, or a backlit screen in here. Let's not get too crazy. Okay, so... This needs to go the other way. Yeah. Where's the other wire? Yeah, this tiny little guy right here. I'm zoning out to the stream. Hopefully you don't mind, Cicely. I don't mind at all. It's kind of one of those zen-worthy streams, is it not? Okay. This short little wire here is what I want for this guy. Oh, there. Nope, 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 nope. Didn't quite get it. Gosh, I stinkies. Are you going to have to insulate your wires, says Aurora? No. Well, it wouldn't be a bad idea to at least use a little bit of Kapton tape to, like, make sure they're not shorting with anything else. But not really necessary, I would say. Okay, that's the majority of the soldering done. So now what we have is this ribbon cable with a couple of wires coming off of it, right? What's the next step? Okay, so now the next step is connect it to the IPS panel. Sometimes I think I can speed up time with my mind, says Blues Cat. You know, that's one of the effects of, like, zoning out, you know? So how do we connect this guy? Man, I don't like this. It's like, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Okay. Nope. I thought I snapped it into place. I did not. It says carefully snap it into place. Is this gonna be the hardest part of this whole process? It might be. So this part is connecting the ribbon cable. Oh no. This part is connecting the ribbon cable to the IPS display. And the reason we need to do that, I need to trim this piece of Kapton tape. Because I think that's interfering here. Anyway, the reason that I need to connect that is because scissors are a bit of a rough implement to here, but flush cutters would probably be better. I really need to focus for a second. I really don't want to cut something that isn't tape. Okay, I can just trim some of this off now. Okay, that should still do the trick. I love the song. Could you turn it up a tiny bit? Sure. How's that? Alright, let's see if I can actually plug this in now. The ribbon cable needs to be plugged into the IPS panel. Because the IPS panel doesn't really understand what to do with the signal that the Game Boy is outputting to what would normally be the regular screen. So you need to like convert it. That's my basic understanding of this. Man, I shouldn't have unplugged this. Is that it? Did I get it? I think I did. I got it. Yeah, that's connected. Capped on tape to keep this guy from moving around. That's a good idea. I think a little bit thicker of a piece would be good. Sorry for the awkwardly long silences, guys. I'm really nervous about this. It's not like it's even that big of a thing. Like, if I screw up, big deal. But I don't know, like, I've been really excited for this thing. I don't want to screw it up if I can help it. Anybody here know of Jake Simmons, by the way? Jake Simmons is a guy who, he's a YouTuber that, does Game Boy mods for a living, and sometimes makes videos about them. And I really like his sense of personality and humor, and I've been watching a lot of his videos, but he can do, like, one of these every 20 minutes. Kind of helps that this is his job, but hey-ho. He's good, and I cannot hope to compare. Volume is perfect, thanks. No problem. Take your time, Jeff. I'm just chillin', says Robert. Great. Thank you for your patience, guys. This will be a bit of a lengthy process, I'm afraid. Okay, now I can actually put the Game Boy Color motherboard in here. Probably wouldn't have been like... Well, you know what? There's one part that I do need out of here. I believe. Yeah. No? No. I thought there was a part I needed out of here. I guess not. Oh, you know what? That's probably on, like, the Game Boy Advance. The part that I was thinking of, guys, was the, is this lined up? Yeah, this is lined up. The part I was thinking of was, a light tube is what they call it. Just like a piece of acrylic or plastic, like clear plastic that amplifies the light, from the power button. So now I just need to connect this guy. Sorry, you're getting like a good headshot of me, like a good look at my hair. Yeah, good thing I'm not bald. How's it going, hon? Guys, Sky is here. Say hello to Sky.
Hello, everyone. Oh, okay.
Say something again?
I said hello, everyone.
They might be able to hear you. Aurora says hi.
I hope everyone's doing good tonight.
Okay. Ribbon cable successfully attached. LP, Robert, Blues Cat, and Solar Flare all say hi.
I'm doing better now that we're over the stomach bug and that muscle I pulled in my back finally get after a week later.
Oh yeah.
I forgot to wash my makeup off before that one night, so I got like clogged tear ducts in my eye. That's finally getting better now too.
Yeah, poor Sky's been through the ringer lately.
Right before Christmas.
Right before Christmas. A lot better than during Christmas, that's for sure.
Yeah, like things that had to happen during birthday. But Christmas still. I yeah, I just had my birthday, if anybody did that. I now have 2 years left before I hit 30.
Can you guys hear Sky okay? Okay, so now I'm opening this guy up like a book, because now I need to solder a couple of wires. Yeah, yep. Need to solder a couple of wires here.
Shaden seems to have a boogery nose.
Okay, they can hear you. Jeff, if you mess this up, the Game Boy will blow up, says Healy. Oh no. That's high stakes, man. Alright, so.
I don't want our house to blow up.
So here's the thing. This is where I love the stream just because of how relaxing it is. It's a solar flare. I think, yeah, the Yoshi Lo-Fi is over, so I'm gonna go ahead and restart it. Because this Lo-Fi is great. Alright, so this is where the, this is where this process is going to deviate a bit from the Macho Nacho, tutorial. And this is where I'm going to start following Jake Simmons' video. So Jake Simmons does not solder to the vias. The vias are, I think, these guys. I'm not gonna pick this up, but they're these tiny little like open rings on the motherboard that, well, most people like to solder to for this. Jake Simmons does not solder to this, and instead solders to these test points over here. Start and select. So that is what we are going to do as well. I guess I probably would have been better off soldering these the other way, wouldn't I have? But that is neither here nor there. So what I'm gonna do now is pre-tin points P13. Pre-tin, yeah, I'm gonna pre-tin. I'm gonna pre-tin both of these test points P13 and P12. They're tiny little points near the start and select buttons. The start and select buttons are like, well, you might not even be able to see because this is a little bit overexposed. But these spots right here, these are the buttons. Sniff him up says, hey, I just showed up. What is being added to this cool Game Boy Color? What's going on, Sniff him up? Welcome to the stream. This
That's a funny name.
right now I'm just adding the backlit LCD screen from Funny Playing. I planned on replacing the speaker and putting in a rechargeable battery as well. Time pending. We'll see where we're at the very end of the stream. Well, at the end of this process. I'm not super confident that we're going to get to the battery and the speaker today. Well, maybe the speaker, because the speaker's pretty easy. It's just 2 wires that I have to desolder and then resolder in new ones. Okay. My soldering iron is good to go. You guys are gonna get another full-on, like, shot of my head. So I apologize for that in advance. I need a little bit more in there. That might actually be enough. Also, sniff them up. If it's not obvious, I'm a very, very new to this process. I've never modded a Game Boy before, but I'm told that this is probably the best place to start. It's not my first time soldering, but I also don't have like a degree in soldering. So let's just say that this is a good beginner project. Let's just say that.
Do you even get a degree in soldering?
No, I mean, at most there might be like 1 college class on it. Or like even like trade school class.
Okay. I was gonna say it seems more of you.
Yeah, it's absolutely just a trade. I was just saying that for comedic effect, I suppose. Dude, same. I never modded a Game Boy Color either, so sniff them up. Well, then you're in great company. I think that the start is supposed to go to P13. I'm actually gonna go ahead and switch this around. Being very careful not to damage.
My good. Excuse me.
Excuse you, huh? Being very careful not to damage the ribbon cable. I do not want to damage that thing. Because that's the expensive part. So what have I got right now? This is the start.
How many people do you have watching?
How many people do I have watching? I had 10 at one point. I'm still at 8. I don't usually like saying how many people are watching during a stream, but just for you. You mean there could...
Because you suck.
No, it's just because, I don't want people to be like, oh, this is one of those guys that really pays attention to how many people are watching. Like, I'd rather interact with the people who are commenting rather than being like, sweet, we have this many people watching. And I also find that when I mention how many people are like watching the stream, people tend to leave. So I don't like doing that.
Like, I wouldn't be if I was the one watching.
Start and select. Ribbon cables are so easy to rip apart. Thank you for being that careful, says LP. No problem. I've never ripped a ribbon cable myself, but I don't plan on doing so. I would very much not like to do that. Sweet.
I think because you were talking about your number, or maybe I'm just trying to look at that. I'm like, I just can't believe you're gonna be.
Oh, I can't believe I'm gonna be 30 in like 6 months either.
It feels. Just can't believe it.
Yeah, that's overkill there. Oh, I'm leaving for that, says Aurora. For what? The headshot? Bro, Jeff and Sky, I just remembered how I baited you two in Mario Party. Beta. Like, made us his B word, if you know what I mean.
Like,
He beat us in Mario Party. It wasn't like... Well, I lost pretty badly. Thanks, Chance Time.
I feel like I came in. I must have came in at a decent spot because if I had done poorly, I'm sure I would have been hurt. That was fun.
It was.
Mario Kart and Mario Kart.
Acknowledging that people leave when the viewer account is mentioned. Oh, gotcha. Gotcha, Aurora, thanks. Alright. I don't want to do this, but I'm going to. You wanna... Oh, boy. I'm really trying to...
It's like that cold they had, like right after the sun bug, you had the fever for 2 days, and it seemed
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it didn't last very long. A week or less.
Hey, this is Yoshi's Crafted music. Well, Yoshi's Crafted World music.
Like, now she's on.
Good timing. Well, I guess it's not terrible timing. You and Jacob were bullying me the whole time. I deserved that win, says Solar Flare. Fair point. Fair point.
I have such a bad memory. Like, I vaguely remember us all playing Mario. Solar Flare didn't win. But I don't really remember a whole lot of more details. I feel so bad. I just have a bad memory. I seriously worry about having Alzheimer's someday.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's not an unreasonable worry. I must know, what is your favorite Yoshi's Island song? Oh, man. They're all so good, but I think this might be a cliche choice, but boy, I love that Baby Bowser final battle music. Oh, it's so good. It's all rocky.
So cute.
Alright, I am not soldering to the Via's Mr. Macho Nacho. I'm following a tutorial.
I don't know what it is, like. Well, I'll let you know.
Okay, so I think now I'm good to put in the buttons.
I feel like you're gonna be that person that's like, when you're 32, people are gonna be like, because when you're clean shaven, you don't look like you're gonna be 30 in 6 months.
This guy is complimenting how young I look. Like,
You have baby face.
I have baby face. What do you guys think? Do I have baby face? I'm 29. I'm gonna be 30 in about 6 months. Half a year.
I think when you're clean shaven like that, you can ask for 20.
21?
In that video you showed me, it's so funny.
You stupid. No, I'm not. What's 9 plus 10? 21? You stupid.
I felt so bad for that kid.
Sniff him up says, I think you look fine. And Robert says, babyface Jeff. I will take both as compliments, thank you. I actually did shave particularly for this stream. I didn't want to look like a complete shag muffin.
Oh, that's funny. Had to look good for your face.
Well, mostly the thumbnail. I could care less about being like fully clean shaven on stream, but for the thumbnail I wanted to look good. Alright, so if it wasn't obvious, guys, now we are putting in the membranes.
I'm gonna go check on shade then again.
Okay. By the way, guys, I did not test the I did not test the funny playing screen before I put it in the case. I should have, but I don't know how in the world people do that without like fully assembling everything. So if it doesn't work, if it's borked, I'm just eating the cost, I guess. Okay. We are now at the point where we can gently, very carefully, not by the speaker, very gently fold this guy over and insert it into the case. Sorry, you're getting another headshot. Okay, so the 3 Phillips screws go here and here and here. Guys, quick question before I continue. Should I use the original screws or should I use the new screws that came with the shell? I'm of the understanding that the original screws are generally better, but boy, they're old. What do you guys think? What's the way to go on this one? Do I even know where my screws are? Oh yeah, they're there. Any thoughts? Anyone have any thoughts? Pick the screw that looks the coolest to you. Frankly, they kind of look the same. I would use the new screws, says Robert. You know, I hate to go back. Screws are fine to reuse as long as you haven't damaged them. I have not damaged them. I think I'm gonna go ahead and use the old ones. Because not only do I have them arranged in pretty much the way that they're supposed to go in. Well, I said that. Hang on. Okay. So this guy here. Oh, well, I used the wrong screw. I mean, they're all the same screw. I just did not use the same one that actually went in the in that area. I used the one that originally went in the bottom right. Oh boy. Am I really having a problem here? There we go. Come on. Boy, that goes a ways. Maybe they are different screws. I don't like want to over tighten them. You also have to think about the quality of the metal used, but I wouldn't know which are better, says Aurora. If I had to guess, the old ones are probably better. Given that modern manufacturing standards usually encourage the use of chintzier metals just to save a buck, you know? I think that should be good. Hey there, I'm back. Sorry, I went to play a bit of Minecraft with some friends, says Brainpick. No problem, man. Come and go at your leisure. Gonna go to bed tonight, thanks to Solar Flare. Okay, Solar Flare. I thank you for tuning in, and like, where do I look? Thank you for tuning in. Hopefully we'll see you next time. We should be back to playing Mario RPG next week. Alright. Oops. Okay, so now I take this wire here. Now I take this wire here that I soldered to this power pin, and now I'm supposed to solder it to this guy over here. That's going to be a bit of a pain, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not sure exactly how I'm gonna do that. It's the C pin. Which, yeah, it's that one, okay. I don't like how short this wire is. But regardless. Oh, I'm nervous. And that's why we use flux. Oh. It's kind of just leaking out all over the place. I don't have a paper towel, so over here it goes. Don't know why I don't have paper towels. I think that would probably be a good idea. Okay. This is going to be a little tricky. I'm too lazy to switch out this soldering tip though. So we're just going to have to struggle through here. You know what? Maybe we just tin this guy. Just tap down on him. That seemed to work actually. Okay, now I just need to solder the wire to that. I'm sorry if you're getting like a whole bunch of my hair shots here. I apologize. Okay. Now we just do a little bit of a tiny little tug test. That looks good to me. We're almost there, guys. We're almost there. Alright. The last thing we need to do... Actually, we might not even need to do this part, because, like, there's, this right here, I believe, is the, if you look closely, I think that this is the touch sensor. There's a touch sensor associated with this screen. So I think this is it. So, do we just reassemble now? I think it might be time to reassemble, guys. Well, I'm tired, says Robert. Thanks for the stream, Jeff. Good night and have a good week. You too, Robert. Appreciate you tuning in. Hopefully we'll see you next time for some more, Super Mario RPG. Have a good one, my friend. I think that this is the touch sensor, and I don't think I really need to do anything with it. But let's see what this guy says. Yeah, I don't think I need to do that. I'm pretty sure that this is just the touch sensor. I mean, I guess I could try to tape it up there. But I don't know if even that's necessary. So why don't we go ahead and start closing this guy up? I think we're ready. Oh, the IR cover, right, I do need that. Okay, we're almost done, guys. We're almost done with this portion of the mod. Actually, didn't this come with an IR cover? Maybe not. Then I guess I'll just reuse the existing one. If I find the other one somewhere, then I'll hibita bibita. That's what I'll do. I'll hibita bibita. I feel like I need to tighten these a little bit more. I hate to do that. Nobody even uses the IR sensor, says Aurora. Like, I don't know what applications it has. I literally don't. Like, and that's kind of a common thing nowadays even. Like, who uses the IR sensor? For what? For what purpose? What purpose does it serve these days? Alright. Okay. I think we're ready. Quick little test before I really... I'm a little worried about this. This doesn't feel great. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. Detecting people to turn on lights, I guess, lol. You can use it as a TV remote if you have Mission Impossible, says Aurora. That's ridiculous. What? I never knew that. Okay, I think I might just want to put a little Kapton tape down there. No, screw it. I don't wanna. I'm not going. Oh, I need the power switch. Oh my gosh. Yo, Jeff, what do you think is the best console gimmick, says Brainpick. The best console gimmick? Do you mean like the best in terms of what one I liked the best, or what one I think is the best? There's a bit of a distinction. In terms of like what one probably was the best, I will say motion controls probably got the most people, the most like new people into gaming as a whole. So I'm tempted to just say that. But it's not the one I like the best. The best console gimmick? That's a really good question. I don't know. How about on-the-go gaming? Does that count? I love on-the-go gaming. The other most notable use is mystery gifts in Pokemon Gold, Silver, and... What? Copper? I don't know. I don't know the Pokemons. A gimmick like the Wii with motion controls, the DS with a double screen, etc. Okay, I don't know about the best. Like, I liked the whole double screen thing for a while. It was cool. And then the consoles started, like, I liked the Wii U and the 3DS for, like, inventory management on those screens, you know? Yeah, I think it's fine. Anyway, I liked that gimmick on those consoles for a while, but like the inventory management was great. Having a map without having to pause was great. All those things that the second screen added, they were great features. And then the consoles moved away from the whole two-screen thing. And there's rumors that the Switch 2 might go back to the dual screen sort of format, but I hope it doesn't. Because unless two screens are going to become the new, like, standard, then it becomes very difficult to support. It becomes very difficult to support those those games that rely on the two screens. Take Yoshi's Island DS, for example. That one heavily relies on the use of two screens, and it is very difficult to get, like, an ideal playing experience for that game now. Like, in my DS emulator, what I end up doing... Oh, man. What I end up doing is, like, turning my screen up on its side. And, sorry, having a hard time focusing. And just doing the vertical screen thing. And just splitting that into two screens. That gives me the best experience with Yoshi's Island DS. Come on now, close up, baby. Oh. We got a little bit of a gap. Is that... It's just... Is that normal? I don't know. Copper would make sense if we were talking about the periodic table, says Aurora. That's probably why I was thinking it. Yeah, I think these technically will work. How does it feel, says LP? Alright so far. Let's put these batteries in and see if it actually works. It's moment of truth time, guys. Did we screw up? No, we did not, baby. Boy, look at that. Oh my gosh. Okay. I was starting to feel pretty not good about myself here, but we did it. Look at that. Now, yo, it didn't catch on fire, says Brain Big. Yeah, that's my general consensus right now. There it is. And now we can actually see without a specific angle, says LP. Yeah, right? So the buttons don't feel super great, I'm not gonna lie. It might just be how I've, like, lined up something in the system. I might have to take parts of it apart to really see if that's a problem, but... Okay. So you... In order to, Sorry. I'm, like, overly excited now. In order to change the brightness, you just tap on the sensor. So that's the lowest, and I think there's 15 brightness settings. And it just cycles through. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, oh, I guess 8. 1, 2. It would probably be easier to tell if I take this game out, right? It looks great, at least. It does look great. Like, I mean, I probably won't be primarily playing on this thing as, like, my primary way to play. So much as it's a cool prop, right? So, you know what? To make it look even better, out of here. Okay, so let's go back to. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If there's 8 there's 8 levels of brightness. 2. That looks pretty good. Taking things apart until you get it all fitting right is my least favorite part, says Aurora. Oh, I know. Oh, I know. But all the buttons seem to work, so can't really complain about that. All right. I don't remember how to do this part. Hang on. So I think it's select start. Oh, no, that. Okay. So the select start brings up like. I see. How do I get rid of that? So the select start brings up like the menu. And I can like increase the brightness with the select and start buttons. I think the batteries are starting to run low on this guy. Anyway, let's go ahead and take it down to like brightness 5. Sorry guys, I have to watch this video for a sec. Does it run Super Mario RPG Remake? No. No, it does not. Hang on. Sorry guys, I can't read comments for a sec. Okay, so the start and select don't do what I thought they were going to do. They bring up nothing at the moment. Hang on. Oh, no. Okay, display, firm, logic, R, T. Okay. So. Okay, I have no idea. I'm trying to. So, you guys notice how this, the Gameboy Color logo is lit up? You're supposed to be able to do something with this. And you're supposed to be able to like change the color of the Gameboy Color logo, and I don't know how to do that. Okay, that's the different display modes. Frame, something. Oh, here we go. LGC. So now I gotta figure out which color looks the best with this. Ooh, I kind of like the orange. Not gonna lie, I like the orange quite a bit. What do you guys think? Orange or like green for this? I kind of think green. What do you guys think? Green or orange? I don't know, like they both look so good. I kind of think green. There it is. Definitely orange. I mean, they're both really good. That definitely matches with the, Hey, hon, come check it out. I did it. Definitely orange. Oh, this isn't, like, actually running on the Game Boy Color. It's the screen circuit itself. This is LP. Yeah, Yeah, that's the screen circuit itself. You want to check out a game, hon?
Let me get my.
Could definitely be a little louder, but we'll worry about that another day, I think. Like, I'm starting to feel like this might just be good enough. The shell swap and the IPS screen for now. I mean, if you guys want to see me do the speaker and the battery right now, I will oblige you. Okay, well, I'll try to make this so they can see and you can see too. Let's go to our favorite infamous game, Chef.
Like that game.
Now you can play all the awesome Game Boy games like DK94 and Wario Land 2 and 3. Says Aurora, yeah, I'm really looking forward to that.
That game does look. I could see it getting addicting.
Alright, hon, you're gonna like this. There's different, I can adjust the, oh no. I can adjust the, brightness of the screen using this touch sensor. And then there's different display modes, FRM. You'll like this. Ready for this? I can change the color of the Game Boy Color logo.
Sweet. I didn't notice it at first, but then, like, I don't have my glasses on, but I could definitely tell when it changed, like, to that bright yellow. That's a very cool. Are you trying to make it pink?
No, I was trying to bring it back to orange. I think my batteries ran out.
Does it even change pink?
Yeah, it goes through a whole bunch of different colors. I personally like Metroid 2, says Aurora. Metroid 2 is honestly pretty solid. I think I'm out of batteries, guys.
It still looks so smart. I can do it. I'm not getting old.
Okay, here we go, hon. I got it to pink. Well, I'm gonna head off. See you. Have a good one, guys, says Brainpick. You too, Brainpick. Thanks for tuning in. See?
Ooh.
You can change the color.
I love it.
We're going with orange for now. Okay, guys. Do we do anything further to this? Other than clean it up a bit? It does need to be cleaned up a bit. I think it got on some of the flux. I still have this battery. Oh, shoot, I forgot. Stickers. I hope you guys enjoyed this stream, by the way. I know it was kind of one of those streams where it's like, I don't do a lot of coherent talking. It's mostly incoherent babble from me. Oh. I hope you can get some sleep too, hon. I love you. There. Now it looks all official like. Will there be another stream for the remaining stuff, says LP? I don't know. I kind of want to save like the next stream for I want to save the next stream for the Game Boy Advance. So if you guys want to see me do the battery and the speaker, now would probably be the time. But I do have one more thing I really want to do and dedicate this stream to. I feel like that was like the big exciting wow thing. So I have something else that's fun that I want to do that I didn't want Sky to be here for this part, but I wanted to put together her birthday present on stream. Do you guys want to see that? It is video game related. I'm gonna take it out and let you guys make the decision. Can you guys see what it is yet? I don't want to say it out loud because I don't want Sky to hear me. Because I don't want to ruin the surprise, but this is her Christmas present. It's a custom Nintendo Switch controller. White and pink. Let's do it. I'm excited. Although, I do need a certain screwdriver, I think, to get in there. I'll be right back. Alright, the reason that I had to duck out for a second is because I think that this requires the use of these longer neck screwdrivers. Alright, well, my station is starting to get to be a mess, but you know what? We are proceeding. We are proceeding. Well, alright. I guess I'm just gonna open this. Alright, so you guys do want to see this then? Oh no. Oh no. Damaging the box. This isn't good. Oh no. I'll just say it was damaged in shipping. Yes! Do you want to see this? And let's go. Let's do this thing. Okay. So, this should be a lot easier, should not take nearly as much time, and I shouldn't be saying stupid stuff like that just in case it does take a while. So this, a brand new controller. So there you go, kind of a tiny little unboxing experience. There's the USB-C cable. Definitely want to keep that over there. Oh my gosh. Man, I'm starting to run out of table space here, guys. Oh, that feels so nice. I haven't held a new Switch Pro controller in a while. Although this feels a little rougher than I feel like the official one does. Doesn't have a charge. That's okay. We don't need no charge. In fact, it's probably better that we don't have one right now. Okay. Guys, is there anything you would like to talk to me about? Is there anything you would like to hear me speak about? Anything you'd like to hear my opinion on? Oh boy. Well, I gotta make absolutely sure that I don't. Oh boy. I'm starting to worry about stripping these screws. These are in here pretty good. Is this one actually coming out? Ugh. Oh, you know what? Part of the problem is I'm holding it from that side. That's probably not good. Oh dear. We're already off to a bad start, guys. Because if I can't get this screw out of here, then it's already game over. Oh no. I'm really concerned about this. That's too big. Guys, this screw is in here really, really tight. This might actually be over before I even got to begin. I apologize to say. Because these screws strip super easily. And this one might already be donezo. I don't know. Oh, no, I feel it coming out. Okay. False alarm, I guess. Okay, now we're good. Whew! I thought we were donezo, guys. I thought we were legit donezo. That was like... Oh, that was scary. Really, really scary. Okay, so... I've now modded my first Game Boy Color. The buttons feel a little spongy. But that's okay. I think that we can... Drilling out stripped screws is the worst, says Aurora. I bet. And I really didn't want to have to do that. Alright, sorry for the awkward pauses. Okay, so now I need to go to the Extreme Rate website and or Extreme Rate. Whoa, that's loud. I need to look up a tutorial for this. Okay, Switch Pro controller shell guide. Is there not a guide? There has to be a guide, right? Alright, well, there's a video. I guess that would probably be better than nothing. So I've already removed the handles. Boy, that's loud. So there's these 4 screws now here. I know this is like I'm not trying to be like a tutorial guy or anything like that, so hope you guys understand all the pauses and all the like, oh man, I need to figure out what I'm doing here. Okay. So there's that. I feel like this screwdriver is actually a bit small for this application. I mean, it seems to be working, so I guess we're gonna continue. Guys, just to get the conversation rolling a little bit, how was your week? And did you have any thoughts on the Game Awards? I guess that. I've seen a lot of discourse about the Game Awards this year in particular, and I'm not really of the opinion that it was a lot worse than normal, but certainly cutting off the speeches short was kind of a jerk move, especially giving longer speeches to certain people that probably didn't need it. But, I don't know. What did you guys think of the Game Awards this year? And I guess less controversially, what did you think of the winner being Baldur's Gate 3? Personally, with all the awards that were being given out, I thought it was going to be Alan Wake. But it wasn't. I was a little surprised. I had my birthday this week, says Blues Cat. Happy birthday, Blues Cat! I hope you had a good one. Did you eat lots of yummy food? I hope so. I would have. Oh, my station is an absolute disaster right now. You know, maybe I will go ahead and do the battery on the, maybe I will go ahead and do the battery on the Game Boy Color after this. But this is something I definitely want to do first. So, remove those screws. A spudger might help in this case. So they, well, maybe not. I guess I don't really need it. Yeah, no. I hope you had a good birthday, Blues Cat. I really hope you did. So let's remove the battery. And there's a couple more screws in here somewhere, right? I see one right there, one right there. Maybe one in there? Yeah. Yeah, this is why I need this screwdriver. I ate a lot of good food, says Blues Cat. Attaboy, good job. Birthdays, if no other time, is a fantastic time to just eat a bunch of yummy food, right? Oh, I hate these screws so much. Oh, I hate them so much. So, these screws, you can kind of see, like, do you see the, this kind of well here and here? I need to stick my screwdriver down in there to get to a screw at the bottom. That is something that the iFixit kit cannot help you with. All screwdrivers are not made equally, sadly, says Aurora. Oh, yeah. Like, I love my iFixit kit, right? Don't get me wrong, I love my iFixit kit. But, for the Pro Controller, surprisingly, either the included screwdrivers that this extreme rate thing comes with, or these guys, I can kind of vouch for these guys. They're, oh, hang on. They're Techman screwdrivers. They were like, it was a set of like 6 screwdrivers for like $7 or something like that. They're long nose, they've got like the twisty end here, and they're magnetic, so I haven't had a problem with these. I really like these. I took out the battery, took out those screws. Oh, there's a couple more. Good thing that I guessed correctly that they're Phillips head. That's nice. Yeah, actually, I just realized that, like, all of these screws so far have been Phillips head screws. That's really nice. No tri-wings yet. Although I'd be surprised if they never came, you know? Like, this is a Nintendo product. Where are all the tri-wing screws? You won't really hear me complaining or anything, just kind of find that funny. Am I missing another one? Is there another one somewhere? There might be. No, I think that's it. Can I... It's a good thing I didn't trim my fingernails today. Yeah. I guess I could just go get my spudger. I do have a little spudger that came with a Switch Joy-Con repair kit thing. Oh my gosh. I am not super good at this part. Okay, let's be careful here. Oh yeah, there's a ribbon cable. This is why we don't want to... This is why we don't want to go too fast, guys. This is why. Let's get that ribbon cable out of there, because we... Let me show you this before we proceed. There's a ribbon cable right there. We definitely want to make sure that we take that out before we move on. Otherwise, we could be very sad. There. Maybe I should have taken out the other end, I don't know. As someone that's bent a nail once, I don't recommend you use them. Painful. Oh, true. True. I generally have had pretty good luck, and I kind of know, like, my limits. Like, when I know that something is going to go wrong, I pretty much stop. There you go, there's some of the guts of the controller. I shouldn't mess with those. So I've gotten to the innards here. Now what? Okay, so I gotta take out... We're gonna switch gears for a second. We're gonna go over to the front of the controller. Let's take out these thumbsticks and... Well... You know what? I'm gonna leave the thumbstick... No, I'm gonna take the thumbsticks out. They're just gonna get in the way. Absolutely. They're absolutely gonna just get in the way. Okay. So, I just need to take... Oh, another ribbon cable. Fantastic. There. That's the downside to modern tech. Like, it's not like ribbon cables weren't a thing before, but boy are they prevalent now, it seems like. Like, is it? I don't think it's just me. I feel like ribbon cables have gotten to be, like, painfully prevalent nowadays. And I can see why, like, from a manufacturing standpoint, it's probably pretty convenient. And a repairability standpoint, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, it's probably for the best that things are put in with ribbon cables so much, because it allows things to be much more modular, I suppose. I don't think do I need this? Yeah, I need this. For something, I'm not sure what. But I'm pretty sure I need them. Okay. And then I think this just comes out at this point. Right? Or is there one more screw hiding somewhere? Yeah, there it is. One more screw hiding right next to the ribbon cable. Okay. Put that like right there. If it weren't obvious, guys, I'm trying to arrange the screws in a way that, like, I mean, having this many, it's kind of hopeless at this point, but, you know, I'm trying to arrange them in such a way that when I go to reassemble everything, it'll kind of, like, make sense which screws go where. And it probably won't really matter all that much. Okay, I probably want these membranes. So let's leave those in there. I'll come back for those later. Where did you come from, little guy? Get out of here. Oh, I just realized my music's out. My music is gone. We're putting the Yoshi Lo-Fi back on. I hope you guys don't mind. I really like the Yoshi Lo-Fi. So this guy is taking out all of the buttons. For what purpose, I'm not sure. Maybe we will need to reuse those, but I'm gonna leave them in there for now just because that's a convenient place to put them. Oh, I see. They're reusing the buttons from the old system. We're not doing that. Let's open up our first new piece of gear. We got buttons. Does this come with membranes? Doesn't look like it. I think we're supposed to just reuse the existing membranes. Gamer manual. Okay, well, it's a little piece of paper that tells me this piece of paper doesn't tell you jack squat. Figure it out yourself. There's a bunch of screws in here. I don't think we're gonna use those. I think we're gonna go ahead and... use the ones that just came out of the Switch. Yeah, I don't know. When we get to the end, I'll probably reconsider that notion. Okay. Let's go ahead and put in our buttons. Oh, I'm so excited. This thing's gonna look so cool. Guys, I hope you're having a good time. I apologize if this stream has been, like, oddly chaotic at parts. And, like, also boring. I know that there's been a lot of, like, lulls, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? It kind of just comes with the territory, I think. And I'm not doing a great job of, like, explaining everything as I go. I'm trying, I guess. Okay, so these buttons are shaped in such a way that, they're foolproof as far as, like, you know, they only go one way. Like, you see all these little pegs on the button? Like, this is the A button, and this can only go in the A slot. Like, it only fits in the A slot. Which was that way. See, it's like, it's foolproof, see? It only fits one way. So, that's cool. I do like that. I will never be a video game hardware modding tutorial maker. This is... I mean, it's not like a stressful experience, but... boy. I mean, it kind of is, I guess. I like doing this. This is fun. But, I'm constantly on edge, and I'm like, what if I break something? Got my shoulder buttons over here. I can't really... I mean, ZL and ZR technically count as triggers, right? I think so. This is the home button. Where does that go in a normal controller? I just said that this is foolproof, and it is. Okay, yeah, it goes right there. Again, it only goes one way. Or does it go over here? That's the capture button, isn't it? Yeah, that's the capture button. How does that go in? This way. That should drop right in. That should drop right in there. Come on, go in there. I'm like, it should drop right in. And it's not doing that. Okay, there it goes. I don't know why that went in so hard. This is the minus button, which goes on this side. Somehow. There. Yep. And then this is the plus button, I believe. Once again, these are foolproof. But boy, I'm gonna try and break it, right? Like, I'm gonna test the limits of how foolproof is it really. There. Okay. Now how does the home button go in? That's... there it is. I mean, it definitely doesn't just go in there. I think we need something from the original controller. Yeah. Oh my gosh. It's a little bit awkward. So do I just... Oh! Interesting. Am I missing a part? I don't think so. No, I'm definitely not missing a part. I think it needs to go in here. And that it would probably help if I put in the button first, right? Oh boy. Again, it only goes one way, Jeff. What way is that? This way, I think? How's the progress? I had to feed my kitty, says Aurora. I'm figuring out where all the buttons go. Does this look too stupid? Potentially. Let's see. Okay, yeah, that goes this way, I think. I definitely screwed something up with the home button. Weirdly enough, the home button seems to be like a different beast from the rest of them. Like, it didn't come with an extra part. Oh my gosh. How was your kitty doing? Okay, let's push this back out there. We'll get this part in there first. I did not see another such part for the home button like that. I think I just have to use the original. Looks like the flat side goes up that way. Again, sorry about all the... I call her my kitty, but she's actually 10 now. She's doing fine, getting into things she shouldn't be. Sounds like a typical cat, if you ask me. Okay, so this is supposed to go this way. A whole lot of something like that. Evidently not. Is it not supposed to stick up? Maybe I should go grab my Switch Pro controller for reference. No, it definitely goes in there. Oh, I'm so confused. I'm not like watching the guide. I probably should be. Yeah, I think that's it. Putting that stuff back in there. If it weren't obvious, I'm going back to the guide. It doesn't really show anything about the home button, but that was like a whole different beast. And I do believe I have to reuse these membranes, but it's not a big deal. This is not... Yeah, it's not a big deal. This is not a, This is not a translucent shell or anything like that, so... There's no problems with, this guy. Oh boy. Boy, I do not like this membrane. Like, it's supposed to stretch over this hole, it looks like. My mom ended up sending me some Christmas treats today. Peanut brittle, cookies, and chocolates, says Aurora. Nice! Yum-yums. I do like my Christmas yum-yums. Oh boy. Did I break this thing? How is this supposed to go on there? Maybe this just sticks to this guy? Like, I'm supposed to put this... No, I don't think so. Try that again. I have been trying to make Christmas fudge recently. I've never made fudge before. Was it last week or the week before? think it was the week before that I made my first batch of fudge ever. All it took was a bag of chocolate chips. Yeah, a bag of chocolate chips. Gosh, it's so hard for me to focus. Yeah, a bag of chocolate chips, a can of sweetened condensed milk, and a little bit of vanilla extract. And, yeah, you just melt the chocolate and stir in the... No, you stir in the sweetened condensed milk with chocolate over... It calls for a medium saucepan, but I would prefer to use a double boiler for such applications. So, I put the chocolate chips and the sweetened condensed milk in a large mixing bowl and set that over a pot of simmering water, or lightly boiling. And yeah, that melts the chocolate quite nicely. And then you put that into a lined a lined casserole dish. And let that set in the fridge. And then you have fudge. Pretty simple. So then I tried a recipe for white chocolate fudge. And I was a little skeptical of the recipe right away because it calls for a bag of white chocolate chips, an entire can of vanilla frosting. Am I missing something here? How is this supposed to look in the end? I have no idea. I think I just reused this part. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm just supposed to reuse this and this. What am I missing here? I feel like I must be missing something. Yeah, I guess I'll come to that later. Vanilla frosting, says Aurora. Yeah, as far as I understand it, it's just a way of getting all the sugar and, you know, emulsifiers and all that in there. But that's way too much sweetened stuff, and you can absolutely taste the vanilla frosting in the final product. I do not recommend, if you look up a recipe for vanilla fudge, I do not recommend the one that calls for, oh gosh. I do not recommend the one that calls for vanilla frosting. Like, I thought I'd give it a go. It seemed to be the most prevalent one. I was skeptical of it at first, but, you know, I saw so many people, like, recommending it, and I'm like, surely it has to be good. It was good, but only if you really like the taste of vanilla frosting. Otherwise, I do not recommend. So I'm gonna try another one. I found a recipe that we actually found that the vanilla fudge was a little too sweet as is. Just like when we made the chocolate fudge, it was a little bit too, not bitter, but it wasn't quite sweet enough. And then when we made the vanilla fudge, we found that it was too sweet. So the next time I make fudge, what I'm going to do, oh, the white fudge, the vanilla fudge was actually a peppermint fudge. I think I shared a picture of it in the Discord. So along with the white chocolate chips and the vanilla frosting, you also add a little bit of peppermint extract. And then you stir that all together, put it in the pan, add some red food coloring. I was thinking about using raspberry jam or raspberry jelly. I guess it would be raspberry jelly. instead of red food coloring, just because I know some people that are very averse to... I know some people who are very... Oh no! Oh no, that's unfortunate. No wonder that wasn't going in for me. Look at how I got the home button in there. It's just a little silly. It's off to the side a little bit. Oh boy. Red food coloring, swirl it like a marble cake. And then, crumble some candy canes on top. And you have peppermint fudge. That took me way too long to describe, but I think you can see why. Also, this is definitely a self-tapping shell. I know they all are. I know. But I'm not a big fan of that. When I say a self-tapping shell, by the way, guys, that just means that the holes that the screws go into aren't threaded. They kind of just, like, dig into the plastic and make their own threads, if you will. It doesn't even really make threads, it just... Oh no. Look at that. The membrane actually stuck to this. Alright, time to push this out. While trying not to push everything else out. Somehow I screwed that up, and I don't exactly know how I did that. Like, no wonder this button pushes so darn hard. Push that out. Boy. Again, remember when I said that this step was foolproof? Apparently I found the upper limit of foolhardiness. Let's see. Yep, I got it right that time. Oh, I'm gonna be so sad if I put this in the wrong way. I feel like that is the wrong way. Okay. Yeah, forget what I said about this part being foolproof, guys. Normally buttons are designed to be foolproof. This one, not so much. Either that or I'm just overly foolish. That's always a possibility. I feel like this does go in this way. And then that will end up getting squished down. Or does it go this way? Yeah, no, that fits better. That fits better. I'm still here. Did everyone else go to bed, Sister Aurora? I think everyone who's still here is kind of just chilling out. I'm glad you're still here, Blues Cat and Aurora. And I think the other person is me. That's okay, though. I don't mind. I'm surprised how stuck that membrane got. And I thought that this was going to be the easy part. Leave it to soldering to be the easier part of a mod, and then get over to this one that's just fully unscrewing things and screwing things back together and all that. Leave that to be the hard part. I'll tell ya. I think it's just that there's, like, you guys see how many screws there are, right? And we're not even to the other half of the controller yet. The part with all the motors and everything, like the rumble motor. Like, we have a little ways to go. For sure, for sure. But you know what? It's gonna be worth it. Sky is going to love this. I have a little bit of a fear of her waking up and coming back down and seeing that I'm putting together a white controller. And then I'll just be like, Like, that'll ruin the Christmas surprise. Can't believe it's 1:30 already. Doesn't help that I started at 11? Yeah, 11. But everything, you guys can see this, you guys can see this new setup, right? Like, obviously it's a little bit more involved than my normal setup. I'm almost assured that it doesn't sound as good as my normal setup. But, on the other hand, there's not really a lot of ways to do this, right? Like, how do these buttons come out? Well, I guess there's plenty of ways to do this, but I like this method. How does this come out? Does it just pull up? Oh no, it pulls out like that. Oh, that's scary. I don't like that. So what side is that? That's the L. So push down, snap in. Just like that, I guess. Is there not a... Because this is the back plate. Are there any other parts I'm missing? Those are the joysticks. I don't think I'm missing any parts. I think it just snaps back in there. Sorry, I'll get back to what I was saying in a minute. Yeah, he just reuses this whole assembly, but like, so the inside is always just going to be black? It's a little bit unfortunate. And this guide is not going to show me how to remove these buttons, although I'm fairly certain I can figure that part out myself? Question mark? Well, let's do the easy ones first. But yeah, I was saying that gosh, what was I saying? I was saying that this is my stream setup for I guess modding stuff or putting stuff together, or that sort of thing. Like, the only other time I've ever used this setup was like a year and a half ago when I first built my PC. Yeah, a year and a half ago. My gosh, my PC's already a year and a half old. But yeah, this is the setup that I used for that. I greatly enjoy that setup, or this setup. I think it's actually pretty cool having like the overhead cam and all that. What do you guys think? Is this a cool setup? You know, when I'm actually utilizing it properly. And it's not like horrendous for gosh, it's not horrendous for two phones, I don't think. How does this come out of here? Like, I don't know if there's a guide that showcases how to remove this. Well, how is it attached? It looks like there's a little peg. Do I like push that in or out? I don't know how I would push it out. But I know it must come out. Yeah, it's on that peg. So my guess is it just slides out. But I don't want to break anything. Who would have thought that this would be the difficult part? Like, I said that earlier, but seriously, like this being the difficult part is kind of mind-boggling to me. I mean, it doesn't look like it's any more complicated than that. Like, wait, is there a screw? There's not a screw, that's just for the membrane. And it doesn't look like it's any more complicated than just sitting in there and... Hmm. I mean, I feel like it should just slide out, right? I think so. Like, I've said that a couple of times and tried sliding it and to no avail. Hmm. Feels like maybe I should just yank these out. Yeah, I think so. I think this part just comes out. Yep. There's a little peg inside the, not even a little peg, it's pretty large actually. It's a fairly sizable peg that came out of the shoulder button. And now I've gotta like stick this back in here. That's the wrong button. But it just goes back in here. And then I slide the peg back in. Which I'm not expecting that part to be easy. I guess let me know if you want me to put on some different music, guys. Because this is our third cycle through this particular set of lo-fi. Is this even considered lo-fi, technically? Like, this is pretty upbeat. Pretty upbeat stuff. Wow. Look at that. I'm surprised that it didn't come with, like, a white piece for this. Because there's not a circuitry portion to this. This is just plastic. I'm gonna turn this down a little bit. I just realized I never turned it back down after Solar Flare's request. So turn it down a little bit. It's funny that I remember to turn it down now after the obnoxious song. The obnoxious Yoshi Story song. As much as I love Yoshi's Story, that lo-fi song, that remix is a little bit obnoxious. Can I just pull this out at this point? Yeah. This is just beats, says Aurora. I figured, like, the video that I'm listening to on YouTube right now is called Yoshi Lo-Fi something or other. Like, lo-fi is in the name, so I figured, like, all of it would be lo-fi. But I'm old and I don't really know what lo-fi means. So, somebody want to clue me in on that? What does lo-fi actually mean? I get that it's like low energy music, but does lo-fi stand for anything? My guess is probably not. Gosh golly gee willikers. Where does this all go back together? Oh, shoot. I wasn't supposed to take those two out yet. Whoops. Easy fix. Easy fix. Stands for low fidelity. Interesting. Low fidelity. Like, when I think fidelity, I think, like, quality or, like, integrity. But lo-fi just seems to be, like, low energy sort of music. Which I'm cool with. Yeah, I think it's just these two screws. Okay. That makes me feel a little better. By the way, for those of you who are still sticking around, thank you so much. I know, like I keep saying this, but I know this is a pretty, like, weirdly chaotic, yet like, incoherent. I'm gonna call it incoherent stream because, like, I've just had to focus on tiny little parts and all that. I don't even know why this connector is here. This is technically a ribbon cable. Technically, but there's like no connection, I don't think. One of those obnoxiously tiny ones too. Alright. Success, that's in there. What's next? My guess is we switch over to this side next. It's the same side. Hey, Yoshi Safari music. I just realized that. Okay, yeah, may as well take this opportunity to check the buttons. Looking good so far, guys. Yeah, all these buttons are in here good. Let's move on. Looks like we're over halfway there. Oh, well, we would be. Gosh, this is not a very good guide. It only goes through half of this. Like, it's putting the other... Wait. Wait a minute. Does it literally just use the same innards here? It's starting to look like it is. Yeah, okay. Yeah, alright. This makes sense. Totally makes sense. I got this. Now, how we go about putting this stinker back in there? Oh, this is gonna stink. This is really gonna stink. Okay, so I just realized what I have to do. See this ribbon cable right here? I gotta put it in here, but this needs to go in here first. So I kind of need to like... Oh. I guess put that down first. Open that flap. And kind of just like finagle it in there. And that's going to be a downright pain. Maybe I should have done it the other way around. But that's neither here nor there. Either way, we do need to put the joystick caps on there. So let's do that. Okay. I'm having fun. I know it probably doesn't seem like I'm having a ton of fun, but I'm having a good amount of fun. It's just parts of this are a little bit annoying, that's all. That's all. How exactly we're gonna get this back in there is a little bit beyond me. Let's get our tweezers out. We're close. Ah. I'm very excited. I know it might not seem like it at the moment, but I'm very excited for how this is turning out. I just really don't want to destroy this ribbon cable. Ribbon cables give me the heebie-jeebies, guys. Ah! Like, seriously. I guess I get the appeal of ribbon cables, like I said. Makes everything more modular. So maybe it's like a good thing overall. Man, I'm not feeling good about it right now, that's for sure. It probably would have been easier if I had just... You know what? Let's do that. Enough of this futzing around. No, I don't know if I like this. I'm gonna take it out of this one. Put it in here first. Oh, this is a brave maneuver. A little too brave for my liking. I don't like this. Is that in there good? I think so. But it didn't like insert. There we go. Like I said, guys, let me know if you, we're getting towards the end of this lo-fi track. And again, it's not really lo-fi at this point, it's kind of just like music. But either way, let me know if you want something different. Okay, yeah, this was a good idea. This is a lot easier. If that's in there, good. Give me my tweezers! Give me my tweezers! I think that's in there good. Luckily, that was a pretty large... ribbon cable, so that part of it was not painless, mind you, but about as close as we're gonna get to painless. Okay. At this point, we need our long neck screwdriver again. This is starting to come together, guys. I'm really excited. It's been a bit of a pain getting here, but I'm excited. Thank you guys for joining me. I'm very tempted to go back though, and yeah, I'm very tempted to go back and put that battery mod in for the Game Boy. I think I might want to. It shouldn't be that hard. What do you guys think? I'm not gonna ask you to stick around if you don't want to, but is there anyone who is opposed to me doing the battery mod at this point? I probably won't do the speaker right now, because that would require me... Well, that would probably be easier, honestly. I guess no one is opposed, says Aurora. Then we shall proceed. I'm tempted to leave the speaker out of it because I want to wait until I've got the amp, because obviously you couldn't tell just from watching. My microphone, the noise suppression is on, and that prevents like any sound from like my Game Boy picking up. So you wouldn't be able to tell, but my the speakers are pretty quiet. And that's kind of just inherent to the process, or to the Game Boy just in general. Like, if you want to use headphones, by all means you can. There's no problem with that. Is there another part that I'm missing? I don't think so. I think this just goes on here. Yes, pretty sure. Aurora, I'm surprised that you've stuck around as long as you have. I'm glad that you have, don't get me wrong, but like, you know, I know this isn't like your cup of tea. Oh my gosh. I know this isn't like your cup of tea or anything, and like, you know, I haven't been like super lively or entertaining tonight, but I'm appreciating the fact that you stuck around. And Bluescat, if you're still there, you've also been around for a while, so I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, normally I would have fallen asleep by now, says Aurora. Yeah, it's honestly kind of surprising that you haven't. Like, are you keeping yourself busy with other things while I'm doing my thing, or? It's very impressive that you're still awake. It is 2 a.m. Well, 1:58 technically. Sans any, or plus any delay, I suppose. Sounds like my mind might be made up for me, though. Shaden is waking up. We're almost wrapped up here. So this comes with 3 new screws, so let's use those screws. Because I almost stripped one of these. I'm still around, just making a Roblox thing, says Blues Cat. Very nice. I guess there's no reason out of the ordinary, says Aurora. Interesting. Alright, so I am going to try and use these screws as opposed to these original screws just because I almost stripped the original screws, so but just saying something, like it should tell you how easy it is to strip these screws. Wait a minute. These are yeah. It should tell you how easy it is to strip these screws just by the virtue of the fact that you saw me take that new controller out of its box. And, like, it's not like I've worked actively on... It's not like I've worked actively on this controller or anything. It's brand new. Oh, this is, like, gliding in here. Well, not really gliding now. Don't tighten it too much. Oh, that does not match up perfectly, though. I guess it will if I go a little bit further, but I'm very hesitant to do that. Very extremely hesitant. It's good enough, I guess. So this shell doesn't, like, match up all the way around, and that's kind of annoying to me. But I guess that is what it is. This is a third-party thing. I shouldn't expect it to fit perfectly. But I thought it would fit a little bit better. Alright, well, there you go, guys. Well, there you go. That is the Switch Pro controller. There's a little bit of a gap down here, but I think that's normal in, like, a regular stock Switch Pro controller. Gotta be honest, this is pretty sweet. I might use this myself. What do you guys think? How does that look? This is a little bit stiffer than I... Well, you know what? It's not bad. I feel like this turned out pretty solid. Nice! This is Blue's Cat. Yeah. Merry Christmas, Sky. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoy playing it or using it as much as I had building it. Alright. Pretty solid. Check it out. Yeah, I like it. I'm gonna have to test this out. I think I'm gonna go ahead and plug this into the Switch and let it charge up. And not very much then. I don't know, like, it might not sound like I've had a good time, but I really have. Well, I'm gonna go plug this into the Switch quick. Just so that it gets a little bit of a charge so I can test it out before putting it back in the box. And, yeah. I'll be right back and we'll, do the battery for this guy. And hopefully not bork it. I'll be right back. Gabriel Productions said hi. What's going on, Gabriel? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to close to wrapping up the modding stream. I finished up my Game Boy a while ago, and I just put together my wife's Christmas present. That was the pink and white Nintendo Switch Pro controller. Look at this beaut. Let's switch over to the top camera so you can see this. It's a backlit Game Boy Color. And I did a shell swap, got a Yoshi theme going on. I'm really, really fond of how this turned out. I mean, I guess it's not like perfect. I don't know, like it's about as close to perfect as I would reasonably expect. Pretty happy with this. I guess that's plenty loud enough. Alright. What do you guys think? Time for the battery? I should probably keep all this extreme rate stuff together. More or less. I'll clean up my station some. I don't really know how I'm supposed to... Like, this bag is pretty much destroyed at this point. I don't know if there's any point to really keeping these screws. Yeah, let's just put them in this larger bag, I guess. I don't really know if there's a point. If that's what you want, says Aurora, I think I would like to. I think I would like to continue on and do the Game Boy, the rechargeable battery, because I'm gonna be honest, that when I do play that when I do play on this thing, I'm gonna have the screen decently bright. Oh man, gosh, I'm excited about this. Like, I'm not gonna play on it very much, admittedly. But when I do play on it, I'm gonna want to, I'm gonna want to be able to, like, just pick it up and know that it's gonna have a charge to it. So let's go ahead. Let's do it. Oh yeah, I was cleaning up my station, so I guess in the meantime, go ahead and enjoy looking at the Game Boy. I'm very happy with how this turned out. Definitely don't need this. I don't know. The rechargeable battery mod might take a little bit. But I'm still having fun, so if you guys are still having fun, or heck, if you guys want to tune out, like, don't feel pressured to stay just because I'm continuing the stream. It's past 2 a.m. now. I would get it if you wanted to go to sleep. Made in China. Well, that's pretty much all of this. I don't know what goes where. These were loose. I don't know. I guess let's just put all the extreme rate stuff back in this bag. This box. Or I guess I could put it in here. It sent like 3 or 4 screwdrivers. It was ridiculous. That's garbage. Maybe I should clean up my station before I continue. I've said that a couple times, but I'm really starting to think I need to take that advice to heart. I think that would be wise. Just start cleaning up some of this garbage. Laptop, says Rito. Yep, that's right. I'm on my laptop. I am away from my computer desk setup. Welcome to the stream, Rito. How are you doing? So normally this is where I would say welcome to nearly the end of the live stream, but we've still got a little bit of gas left in the tank. I think we can keep going for just a little bit longer. Not too much longer, just a little bit longer. Let's see. There's some bubble wrap. I don't really need that now. Yeah, I feel pretty comfortable throwing all this away. Okay. It's about as clean as we're gonna get right now, so oh, piece of shrapnel there. I'll throw that out later. Okay. Let's continue then. So, here's what's gonna happen here. I am going to attempt to install this funny playing, it's literally what it's called. It's called the funny playing battery. It's 1800 milliamps. Video request, reacting to the amazing digital circus. I've got no idea what that is. But I don't really do react content on my channel. I don't really do a lot of content just in general, it seems like these days. But I appreciate the recommendation. Probably won't follow up on that though. I'm gonna throw this away, it's gonna pop. Okay. I think you know what? Well, I saw a Mario lo-fi set of songs that we can get into. Boy, I feel like I'm starting to sound tired. I'm feeling it, man. I'm feeling it. Let's just say that I'm glad that I decided not to do the Game Boy Advance and Game Boy Color all in one stream. And, that would have been the death of me, probably. So this doesn't really take that much work to get back into here. Pop that off. This guy off. Pop this guy off. I really tightened these screws because, like, I really wanted the housing to be, like, together as I could get it reasonably. Okay. Welcome back to the inside of the Game Boy Color. I think this is as far as the teardown needs to go, because everything we need to get to is right here. So, which fuse? Where's the fuse? That's the fuse. Oh boy. Is that the fuse? I feel like it is. Definitely gonna have to consult that that Macho Nacho tutorial. Or no, it was a gosh, what was the name of the website that I went to for the tutorial? Helder. I think it was Helder. Man, maybe I should tape that down. But if I tape it down, then it's just another point of contact that I'm not taping it. Okay. Let's see. So here we have the battery. That's gonna have to get trimmed down later, or the battery compartment's gonna have to get trimmed down later to avoid puncturing that guy. But here Here's where the majority of the work comes in. This guy. This guy needs to go on right there. And I need to solder it into place. You need 3 connections. Okay. Why don't we go ahead and switch over to some Mario Lo-Fi? Is that actually playing anything? Oh, there it goes. So, how does this go? So this is the part that is going to require the most work. This little guy right here. I think that just plops right down onto here. And we just solder 3 points. And we go to town. Problem. Well, might not be a big problem. I don't know. There's a part there that's... I don't know what that is, but it's kind of interfering here. That won't let me get this flush to the board. Well, let me consult the Macho Nacho thingy. Or no, the, where is it? It's so loud. There it is. I am watching the Handheld Legend tutorial on this. Okay, it looks like this guy doesn't want to sit fully flush here. I wonder if I need to loosen up these screws a little bit. These are JIS. Let's loosen up these screws a bit. We'll retighten them after the fact. Maybe. Probably would be wise. But we're gonna loosen these screws a little bit, just so this guy isn't as big of a problem. Can I reasonably do that? I think so. Let's see why not. Or wait, is that all? Yeah, that's all part of the same assembly. That literally doesn't matter at all. So let's go ahead and screw these back down. Just not too tight. Okay, once again, that piece there is going to be the problem child. I've got to solder to those pins, but there's a piece there that's very much wanting to give me trouble. Maybe it would be better just to do rechargeable AA's, to be honest. I don't know. I'm starting to lean in that direction because this... Wait. I'm very concerned about this piece right here. Because this does not sit flush to the board whatsoever. Not even close. It just sits on top of this guy. I'm really thinking that this is not worth the risk. Not at this current time. Much as I want a rechargeable battery, how bad do I want it? I'm really concerned. Once again, like, this doesn't sit flush to the board at all. I really expected that it would. But it really does not. It's so far away from the pins. Like, I might be able to get enough solder on there to... Yeah, I might be able to get enough solder on there to really hack it down. But I'm not super convinced of that fact. If this wasn't so prevalent, this bump out here, if this wasn't so prevalent, we might be talking about a different story, but as it stands, guys, I don't think that this is in the cards today. I might just have to be content with the whole... I might just have to be content with double A's for now. I think so. I think that's where I'm going to leave it. We're at 3 hours. Maybe I come back and do this another time. Maybe in the Game Boy Advance stream. I don't know. But this seems like a risky operation and not from a whole ton of benefit. Like, this just seems like it would sit right on top. I don't like that. I really don't like that. I'll do some more research. But for now... Whoops. But on the plus side, I think tightening down these screws here... I think tightening down these screws here... tighten down the buttons. So... I think these feel better now. Alright, well, I guess that's going to be it. Let's close up this Game Boy. Yeah, let's close up this Game Boy and we're going to get out of here. I'm sorry for the anticlimactic end, guys. I really wanted to put this in, but I am not convinced that this not sitting flush to the board, that scares me. I feel like it should sit flush to the board, but it just doesn't. Maybe I'm being paranoid. I don't know. But it's an easy enough thing to get back to that, if I really want to, I'll come back and install it. But we'll do that in the, Game Boy Advance stream, if we do it. Okay. Yep. Again, sorry for the anticlimax, but gotta do what I gotta do. And I think right now, that's gonna involve rechargeable double A's. Maybe. And that's assuming that I play this thing a lot in the first place. Like, I might play it some, but probably not a substantial amount, just because realistically, this was the warm-up. I really wanted to do this. Absolutely. I'm glad I did it. But, again, this was kind of the warm-up for the big dog, the Game Boy Advance. Which, in truth, the basic process shouldn't be that much more difficult. In fact, the rechargeable battery, I think, will be less of a big deal. Simply just because, well, it's a different installation process. You don't solder it directly to the board. I forget exactly how it's done, but it's not done in the same way. So, we'll put this guy back together, make sure it all still works. It ought to. Shouldn't be any problems. Oops. Well, guys, what do you think? Did you enjoy this stream? It's definitely a bit of a different sort of setup than we do normally. A different concept. A different whole spiel. But I'm still the same Jeff. Still having the same amount of fun. Just not talking quite as much and not quite as lively. I'm much more focused, Jeff. This is what focused Jeff sounds like. Good stream, Jeff. This was interesting, says Bluescat and Aurora. Guys, thank you for sticking around. I really appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed. And there will be more of this. Like I said, I've got a Game Boy Advance that I very much want to do the same treatment for. In fact, it's the Game Boy Advance that I'm more interested in. Because the Game Boy Advance has more games that I'm much more interested in. Namely, Yoshi's Island being on the Game Boy Advance is a huge deal for me. Like, really on the Game Boy Color, there's not a lot that I'm really that interested in playing. I'm very happy that I have this now, and you'd better believe you'll see this as a prop in future Yoshi Fanatic videos. Absolutely. Especially when I pick up the game Yoshi, which I do not have. Pretty sure these AA are pretty much dead, but... well, maybe not. I feel like they are, though. Oh, that looks so good. I am stoked about this, guys. This is incredible. I now have a Game Boy Advance or a Game Boy Advance, a Game Boy Color that is Yoshi themed. It's custom, special to me. That looks solid, says Blues Cat. I know, right? I'm so happy with it. Yeah, I'm absolutely stoked. I don't really know what else to say. Like, I'm just so happy with this. You know what? I'm gonna play a little bit of Helmet. No, you know what? We all love Chef. Let's play him very hard until we die. Can you guys even see this? I feel like you can, so we're gonna continue. If I can play this on very hard, I think the buttons work well enough. Okay, well that was a skill issue. That wasn't a buttons issue. I was on my way there, I just didn't get there. Yeah, see, you guys are getting a little bit of gameplay, just a little bit. Guys, I'm stoked that this came out the way that it did. I didn't get to do everything that I wanted to do, but we got to do enough. Oh, Yosh, no! No! We dropped the food, my guy! We can't be dropping the food. We gotta at least see the egg hatch. Forget what the name of... oh, crud. We burnt something. Oh well. It dissolved in the pan. I did not feed it to Yoshi. He doesn't deserve burnt food. I didn't know that was a thing. Truthfully. Oh, burnt it. Oh no! Well, we're dead. Still, guys, holy cow, like, this is such a cool experience. Like, I want to remind you, this did not have a backlight or any sort of light on the screen whatsoever, and now look at that. Holy cow, this is such a cool looking Game Boy. I'm so happy. I'm stoked. But guys, I think that I think I've let this go long enough. So thank you so much for tuning in and watching me put this thing together. Boy, what a blast. I can't stop showing it off. Like, I'm so happy with this. Oh, I want to just go play this. I don't even want to go to bed. I just want to play this. But anyway, it's been a lot of fun, and I hope you guys had fun, and look forward to more. There will certainly be more. Like I said, I do want to work on a Game Boy Advance. Give it pretty much the same treatment. White front, green back, orange buttons, and backlit screen at the very least. And we'll go from there. We'll see where that gets us. And if I can come back and do the speaker mod and the battery mod, I'd love to. But for now, that stuff's just gonna sit in the box, and we'll come back to it another day. So guys, again, thank you so much for tuning in. If you haven't already, feel free to like and subscribe. Hit that bell icon so you'll be notified when I go live or post a video. Join the Discord if you'd like to. We do a lot of fun stuff there, and I notify you guys when we do cool stuff like this. We normally do a weekly voice chat, but I'm not sure if that's gonna be a thing this week. We'll see. You can share pictures of your food, and that's fun. I love doing that. That's one of my favorites. But something more substantial that you guys might be interested in is, gosh, what am I doing? I don't know. Something you guys might be more interested in is, you know, you can share, ideas for music for the stream, or game recommendations, that sort of thing. And, you can just chat with me. I love chatting with the fans. Next Friday, guys, we should be back over at the desktop computer, playing more Mario RPG Remake. To round out the year, hopefully we'll wrap that game up in the near future, and we'll see. Well, maybe not in the near future. That I've got a ways to go. But I look forward to getting back to that game, and I hope you guys look forward to it too. So yeah, look forward to it, guys. We'll see you next time. See ya.